God is warning you about a person whose name starts with the initial J. Don't get shocked when you hear their name. The name is, listen to me carefully, because this is not something you can afford to ignore. I am speaking to you right now because there is something hidden in your life that is about to be revealed. And if you skip this moment, you may miss a protection I am placing over you. The person whose name begins with J has already crossed your path, and you have felt something in your spirit that you could not explain. This is not your imagination, and it is not confusion, because I am the one who placed that feeling inside you. Stay with me, because what you are about to understand can protect your peace, your future, and something precious that I have been building for you. Type Amen if you believe. I am not here to frighten you, but I am here to open your eyes. The person with the initial J is connected to a situation that has been slowly forming around you, and you have sensed it without having clear proof. You have noticed small changes, small shifts in behavior, or even a strange energy that you could not fully understand. That discomfort you felt was not random, because I was gently trying to guide your attention towards something important. You are not wrong for feeling this way, and you are not overthinking, because I see what is hidden, and I am showing you just enough so you can remain protected. There is a reason I am bringing this to you now, and it is because timing matters. If you had known this earlier, you may not have understood it. And if you discover it too late, it could bring unnecessary pain. I am placing this awareness in front of you at the exact moment you are ready to receive it. You must not ignore this feeling anymore, because it is connected to your peace and your direction. Pay attention to the patterns around you, because what has been unclear will begin to make sense. Before you continue, I ask you from your heart to support this moment by liking this video, because it helps this truth reach those who are also being quietly warned and need this guidance right now. You have been asking for clarity in your life, and I am answering you in a way that protects you without overwhelming you. The person whose name starts with J may not appear harmful on the surface, and that is why this situation is delicate. Not everything that looks calm carries pure intentions, and not everything that feels friendly carries truth. I am not telling you to fear them, but I am telling you to observe them with wisdom. Your peace is more important than keeping every connection, and I am guiding you to choose wisely. There are moments when you felt drained after interacting with this person, and you could not explain why. That heaviness was not your imagination, and it was not weakness, because your spirit recognizes what your mind has not yet fully accepted. I created you with discernment, and that discernment is speaking louder now because you are ready to hear it. Do not silence it just to keep things comfortable, because comfort can sometimes hide what needs to be addressed. I am strengthening your awareness, so you can move with clarity and not confusion. You may be wondering why I am not revealing everything all at once. And the answer is simple. If I gave you everything in a single moment, it would overwhelm your heart and cloud your judgment. I reveal truth step by step so that you can process it, understand it, and act with wisdom instead of emotion. This is how I protect you, even in the middle of uncertainty. Trust that what is being shown to you now is exactly what you need for this moment. Type 777 to receive blessings. There is also something deeper you must understand about this situation. The person with the initial J is not just a random connection, because they are part of a lesson that has been forming in your life. This lesson is not meant to harm you, but to strengthen your ability to recognize what aligns with your purpose and what does not. You have grown. And because you have grown, I am showing you things you would not have noticed before. This is a sign of your progress, not a sign of danger, because I am with you through it all. You are not alone in this. Even if it feels like you are the only one noticing these subtle signs, I am walking with you, guiding your thoughts, and bringing clarity into places that once felt confusing. When something does not sit right in your spirit, pause and listen instead of pushing it away. I speak to you in quiet ways, and your ability to notice these moments is a gift. Protect that gift, because it will guide you through situations that words cannot fully explain. I want you to understand that this is not about cutting people off without reason, but about seeing clearly. When you see clearly, your decisions become easier and your peace becomes stronger. You will know when to step back, when to set boundaries, and when to remain silent. These choices will not come from fear, but from clarity that I am placing inside you. Trust yourself, because I am working through your awareness. There is a shift coming in how you see this person, and it will not be forced. You will notice things naturally, and your understanding will grow without confusion. When that moment comes, do not ignore it, because it is the confirmation you have been waiting for. I am not rushing you, but I am preparing you so that when the truth becomes clear, you will be ready to respond with strength and peace. Everything is unfolding with purpose, and nothing is happening by accident. Do you know why everyone's whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave ritual leaked from the CIA is changing lives across the globe. Proven by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you are seeing this, you are very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it is deleted forever. I tell you this with clarity and calmness. It matters more than you think, but it is not here to break you. It is here to sharpen your awareness and protect what I have placed inside your life. When I warn you, it is always out of love, never out of fear, because my intention is to guide you, not to confuse you. You have already been given small signs about this person, and those signs were not random. There were moments when something felt slightly off, even when everything seemed normal on the outside. You may have ignored those moments, thinking you were just overthinking or being too sensitive. But I place that sensitivity within you for a reason, and it is time for you to trust it. Your spirit can recognize what your eyes cannot yet fully see, and that is why I am asking you to slow down and pay attention. Type yes to affirm. There is something about the way this person moves around your life that carries a hidden influence. It is not always direct, and it is not always obvious, but it is there. Sometimes it shows through words that seem harmless, and sometimes through actions that leave you feeling uncertain afterward. This is not meant to make you anxious, but to help you become aware. Awareness is your protection, and once you have it, you will not be easily misled. You are stepping into a season where your peace will become more valuable than ever before. Not everyone will be able to walk closely with you in this season, and that is something you must accept without guilt. The person with the initial J is connected to this shift, and you will begin to see why. Their presence in your life has a purpose, but that purpose is not meant to control your path. It is meant to reveal something within you that is growing stronger. You may notice that your energy changes when you are around them. There may be a quiet tension, a subtle discomfort, or even a sense of confusion that you cannot fully explain. Do not ignore these signals, because they are part of how I speak to you. I do not always use loud signs, because your spirit is already capable of hearing me in quiet ways. When you feel that inner shift, pause and reflect, instead of brushing it aside. The truth about this situation will not come through confrontation, but through observation. You do not need to rush into any decisions or create unnecessary conflict. Instead, watch carefully and allow clarity to come naturally. The more you observe, the more you will understand, and the more confident you will feel about what to do. I am teaching you patience, because patience reveals what haste can hide. Type 222 if you trust God. There is also something you must remember about yourself. In this moment, you are not weak, and you are not easily influenced, even if it feels that way at times. I have been strengthening you through every challenge you have faced, even the ones that made you feel uncertain. This situation is another step in that growth, and it will not overpower you. You are learning to stand in your own clarity, and that clarity will guide your actions. The person with the initial J may not even be fully aware of the effect they have on you. Sometimes people carry energies or intentions that they do not fully understand themselves. This is why I am not asking you to react with anger or judgment. I am asking you to respond with wisdom and calmness. When you respond with clarity instead of emotion, you protect your peace and maintain control over your path. You will soon begin to notice patterns that were once hidden from you. These patterns will connect moments that previously felt unrelated, and they will give you a clearer picture of what is happening. When this happens, do not doubt what you see. Doubt can cloud your understanding, and I do not want you to lose the clarity I am giving you. Trust what is being revealed, because it is coming from a place of truth. There may also be a moment when this person says or does something that confirms everything you have been sensing. That moment will not be dramatic, but it will be clear. It will feel like a quiet realization rather than a loud revelation. When that moment comes, stay calm and grounded. You do not need to prove anything to anyone, because your understanding will be enough. I want you to stay centered in who you are. Even as you become more aware of this situation, do not let this awareness turn into fear or stress, because that is not my intention. I am giving you insight so that you can move with confidence, not hesitation. Your life is not being disrupted, it is being refined. Every situation that brings clarity is helping you step into a stronger version of yourself. There is a reason you were chosen to hear this at this exact moment. You are ready to handle this truth without being overwhelmed by it. You have grown in ways you may not even fully recognize. And that growth is what allows you to receive this guidance now. If this had come to you earlier, it might have confused you. But now you have the strength and awareness to understand it. Stay grounded in your peace, because peace is your greatest protection. When you remain calm, you are able to see clearly and act wisely. Do not let small disturbances pull you away from that peace. I am strengthening your ability to remain steady, even when things feel uncertain. This steadiness will guide you through everything that unfolds next. You will not face this alone, even if it feels like a quiet and personal situation. I am with you in every step, guiding your thoughts and protecting your path. When you feel unsure, return to this stillness and listen. I will continue to guide you in ways that feel natural and clear. Trust the process, because everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Something inside you has become more alert, more aware, and more careful. And that is not a weakness. It is a sign that you are listening to the guidance I am placing within you. The person with the initial J is becoming easier for you to read. Not because they have changed suddenly, but because your perception has grown stronger. You are no longer seeing only what is shown on the surface. And that is why things feel different now. What if a quick 7-second brain ritual could truly wipe out your debt and fill your life with unstoppable abundance? A shocking CIA leak has just revealed a 7-second ritual now helping ordinary people clear debt and attract unlimited wealth, verified by 4 top neuroscience labs. This easy at-home method is turning financial problems into dream lifestyles. New homes, cars, vacations, it is all happening for real people. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. There were times before when you gave the benefit of the doubt, even when something did not sit right with you. You tried to keep peace, to avoid conflict, and to believe the best in others. And that came from a good place. But now I am teaching you that peace does not mean ignoring what you feel inside. True peace comes from clarity, from knowing what aligns with your spirit and what does not. You are learning to protect your peace instead of sacrificing it. And that lesson will stay with you far beyond this moment. Type 1010 to claim miracles. The person with the initial J carries a presence in your life that has tested your boundaries more than you realize. It may not have been direct or obvious, but it has been consistent. There were moments when you felt pulled in directions that did not feel right, or when you questioned your own judgment after interacting with them. That confusion was not coming from you. And now you are beginning to see that clearly. I am lifting the weight of that confusion so you can stand firm in your own understanding. You will notice that your reactions to this person are changing. Where you once felt unsure, you will now feel certain. Where you once hesitated, you will now feel a quiet confidence. This change is not something you are forcing, because it is something I am building within you. You are being guided to respond differently, not out of anger, but out of awareness. And when you respond from awareness, you protect yourself without needing to create conflict. There is something important you must understand about timing. I did not reveal this to you earlier because you needed to grow into this level of awareness. If you had seen this before, you might have doubted yourself or dismissed it entirely. But now you are ready to see clearly and act wisely. This is why everything is coming together at this moment, and why your understanding feels stronger than before. Trust this timing because it is aligned with your growth. You may also begin to notice how this person responds when you create even small boundaries. Their reaction will tell you more than their words ever have. Pay attention to how they behave when you choose yourself, because that behavior will reveal their true influence. You do not need to confront them or question them directly. Simply observe, because observation will give you the answers you need without unnecessary conflict. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. There is a deeper layer to this situation that is not immediately visible. The presence of this person has been part of a larger process of strengthening your discernment. Every interaction, every moment of doubt, and every feeling you could not explain has been shaping your ability to see clearly. You are not the same person you were when this connection first began, and that difference is important. It means you are no longer easily confused, and you are no longer willing to ignore what you feel inside. You are also being prepared for connections that will align with your peace and your purpose. Not everyone is meant to walk closely with you as you move forward. Some people come into your life to teach you, to reveal something within you, and then to fade into the background. This does not make them enemies, but it does mean their role has limits. Understanding this will help you release what no longer aligns with you without carrying bitterness or guilt. There may be a moment when you feel tempted to go back to how things were, to ignore what you now see, and return to what felt familiar. That temptation will come from comfort, not from truth. Familiarity can feel safe even when it is not right for you. But I am guiding you toward what is right, not just what feels easy. Trust that what I am leading you into is better than what you are leaving behind. As you continue to move forward, your peace will become stronger and more stable. You will notice that the confusion that once surrounded this situation is fading. In its place, there will be clarity, calmness, and a sense of control over your own path. This is what happens when you listen to the guidance I give you. You begin to move with confidence instead of doubt, and that confidence protects you in ways you cannot always see. Do not feel the need to explain your decisions to everyone around you. Not everyone will understand what you are sensing, and that is okay. This is a personal moment of growth and awareness, and it does not require approval from others. What matters is that you remain true to what you feel inside. When you do that, you stay aligned with the path I have set for you. You are not losing anything valuable by becoming aware of this situation. Instead, you are gaining something far more important. You are gaining clarity, strength, and the ability to protect your peace. These are gifts that will stay with you long after this moment has passed. They will guide you in future situations and help you make choices that align with your purpose. The person with the initial J will continue to reveal their influence through actions, not words. Stay calm, stay observant, and do not rush your response. Everything you need to understand will come to you in the right moment. I am guiding you step by step, and I will not leave you without clarity. Trust this process, because it is leading you exactly where you need to be. The person with the initial J is becoming more transparent to you, not because they are changing, but because your ability to see has deepened. This is what growth looks like when it begins to show in your daily life. You are not imagining these realizations, and you are not creating problems where there are none, because I am opening your eyes for a reason. Could a CIA leaked brainwave ritual be the fastest shortcut to a life of luxury? Newly released CIA research has just exposed a jaw-dropping brainwave technique that is letting everyday people attract massive wealth almost instantly. This 7-second home ritual, proven by 4 neuroscience labs, is transforming debt into dream houses, cars, and luxury getaways. If you are reading this, consider yourself lucky. The page could be taken down any time. Click the link in the description and comments to unlock the secret before it is gone forever. There were moments before when you felt confused after certain conversations or interactions with this person. You may have walked away wondering why something felt off, even when nothing obvious had happened. That feeling was not random, and it was not a mistake. It was your spirit responding to something your mind had not yet understood. Now that you are becoming more aware, those moments are starting to make sense, and the confusion is slowly being replaced with clarity. Type 1111. If you walk by faith, you are learning that not every connection is meant to go deeper, even if it once felt important. Some connections are meant to reveal something within you, and once that purpose is fulfilled, the dynamic begins to shift. The person with the initial J has played a role in your growth, whether you realize it or not. Through this connection, you have learned to listen to yourself more closely and to recognize what aligns with your peace. This is not something to regret, but something to understand and accept. There is also something you must notice about how you feel when you create even a small distance. When you step back even slightly, you may feel a sense of relief that you did not expect. That relief is not something you should ignore, because it is a sign that your spirit is responding to the space you are creating. Sometimes distance brings clarity that closeness cannot provide. And in that clarity, you begin to see what truly belongs in your life. The person with the initial J may respond to this distance in ways that reveal more than you expect. They may try to pull you back into familiar patterns, or they may act differently when they sense the shift in you. Pay attention to these responses because they will show you what words cannot. You do not need to question or challenge them directly. Simply observe and let their actions speak for themselves. Type 333 to receive clarity. You are not being asked to make sudden or dramatic changes. This is not about cutting someone off without thought or acting out of emotion. This is about moving with awareness and making choices that protect your peace. When you act from awareness, your decisions become steady and clear. You do not feel rushed, and you do not feel uncertain. You simply know what is right for you, and you follow that knowing with confidence. There is a quiet strength building inside you, and it is becoming more noticeable with each passing moment. This strength is not loud or forceful, but it is steady and grounded. It allows you to stand firm in your decisions without needing validation from others. You are becoming more secure in who you are, and that security is guiding you through this situation. Trust this strength because it is something I have been developing within you for a long time. You may also begin to see how this situation connects to other moments in your life. There may have been times in the past when you ignored similar feelings, only to realize later that you should have trusted yourself. This time is different because you are choosing to listen. You are choosing to honor what you feel instead of dismissing it. This choice is what sets this moment apart from the past, and it is what allows you to move forward with clarity. Do not let guilt or doubt interfere with what you are beginning to understand. You are not doing anything wrong by protecting your peace. You are not being unfair or unkind by recognizing what does not align with you. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to step back from what no longer feels right. This is not rejection, but alignment with what is true for you. The person with the initial J is not the center of your story, even though they may feel significant in this moment. Your life is not defined by this connection, and your path is not controlled by their presence. You are moving forward into something greater. And this situation is simply part of that journey. It is helping you refine your understanding and strengthen your sense of direction. And once its purpose is fulfilled, it will no longer hold the same weight in your life. You are being guided to a place where your relationships will feel lighter, more genuine, and more aligned with who you are becoming. This means that anything that does not carry that same alignment will naturally begin to fall away. It may not happen all at once, and it may not always feel comfortable, but it will lead you to a place of greater peace. Trust this process because it is leading you towards something better. There is no need for fear in this situation because you are not being left to figure it out on your own. I am guiding you through every step, even when it feels quiet and subtle, when you feel unsure. Return to that still place within you and listen. You will find clarity there, because that is where I speak to you most clearly. Stay connected to that place, and you will not lose your way. This is not happening to confuse you, but to bring you clarity that will guide your next steps. I am allowing you to see this slowly, so that you remain calm and grounded, while your awareness grows stronger. There was a time when you questioned your own instincts, when you wondered if you were being too cautious or too sensitive. You may have told yourself to ignore those feelings just to keep things peaceful, but now you are realizing that those feelings were never meant to be ignored. They were signals, quiet and consistent, pointing you towards something that needed your attention. You are finally listening, and that is why everything feels clearer now. Type 555 to embrace change. Is it really possible for a 7-second ritual to turn financial struggle into overnight wealth? This leaked, CIA-backed study uncovers a 7-second money ritual that is changing lives right now. Endorsed by 4 neuroscience labs, it reprograms your brain to attract money like a magnet. People once broke are now living their dream lives. Luxury homes, new vehicles, exotic travel. But this secret will not stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it is permanently deleted. The person with the initial J has shown you different sides of themselves over time. Some of those sides may have felt comforting or familiar, while others left you uncertain or uneasy. This contrast is important because it reveals the full picture of who they are in your life. You are no longer focusing only on the parts that feel good because you are ready to see the truth as it is. And when you see the truth clearly, your decisions become easier. There is a quiet moment coming when everything will feel settled in your heart. It will not be dramatic or overwhelming, but it will be clear. In that moment, you will understand exactly what this connection means and where it belongs in your life. You will not need to question it or seek confirmation from others. The clarity will be enough, and it will bring a sense of peace that replaces any confusion you once felt. Type 999 to stay protected. You are also beginning to understand that your peace is something that must be protected with intention. It is not something that remains strong by accident. The more you become aware of what affects your energy, the more careful you will become about what you allow into your space. This is not about building walls, but about creating balance. You are learning to allow what strengthens you and step back from what drains you. The presence of this person in your life has been part of your growth, even if it has felt challenging at times. Every moment of uncertainty has been shaping your ability to recognize truth. Every time you felt something was not right, you were being guided to trust yourself more deeply. This is the lesson that will stay with you. Long after this situation has passed, you are becoming someone who listens, understands, and acts with clarity. There may be moments when you feel a sense of sadness or disappointment as you fully accept what you are seeing. This is natural because letting go of an idea or expectation can feel heavy, but that feeling will not last forever. It will be replaced by relief because truth brings freedom, even when it feels difficult at first. Allow yourself to feel what comes, but do not let it pull you away from what you now understand. You are not losing something meaningful, even if it feels that way for a moment. What you are actually doing is making space for something better. When you release what does not align with your peace, you create room for connections that feel genuine and supportive. This is part of the path I am guiding you on. It is not about taking away, but about preparing you for what truly belongs in your life. The person with the initial J may continue to act in ways that confirm what you are sensing. These confirmations will not be loud or dramatic, but they will be consistent. You will notice small details, repeated behaviors, and subtle patterns that reinforce your understanding. Each of these moments is a piece of clarity being placed in front of you. Do not ignore them, because they are guiding you toward a complete picture. You do not need to rush your response or make immediate changes. There is strength in moving with patience and awareness. When you take your time, you allow your decisions to come from clarity instead of emotion. This is how you maintain your peace while navigating this situation. Trust that you will know when it is the right moment to act. There is also something important about your role in this situation. You are not here to fix or change this person. You are here to understand what aligns with you and what does not. Trying to change someone else will only drain your energy and distract you from your own path. Focus on your own clarity, your own peace, and your own direction. That is where your strength lies. You are stepping into a place where your awareness becomes one of your greatest strengths. It allows you to move through life with confidence and understanding. You will not be easily confused or misled because you have learned to listen to yourself. This is a gift that will continue to guide you in every area of your life. Protect it, trust it, and use it wisely. Everything you are experiencing right now is part of a larger process that is shaping your future. The clarity you are gaining will influence the choices you make and the paths you take. It will help you avoid situations that do not align with you and move toward those that do. This is how you grow into the life that is meant for you. Each moment of awareness is bringing you closer to that reality. The more you allow yourself to step back and simply observe, the more everything begins to reveal itself naturally. The person with the initial J is not becoming clearer because they are changing suddenly, but because you are no longer overlooking what you once ignored. This is the quiet shift that happens when you start trusting what you feel inside. There were times when you tried to explain away certain actions or words just to keep things smooth. You may have told yourself that it was not a big deal or that you were reading too much into it. But now you are seeing that those small moments were pieces of a larger picture. Each one carried meaning, even if it did not seem important at the time. When you put them together now, they form a pattern that is too clear to dismiss. Type 444 to stay grounded. You are also beginning to understand that your peace has a voice, and that voice speaks through your feelings. When something aligns with you, you feel calm, steady, and secure. When something does not align, there is a subtle tension that you cannot ignore, no matter how much you try. This tension is not there to trouble you, but to guide you. It is a signal that something needs your attention, and now you are finally listening. Have you heard about the top secret ritual the government wants to keep hidden? Imagine if a single 7-second ritual could clear your debts and draw wealth to you effortlessly. A leaked CIA report and 4 leading neuroscience labs confirm it is not a myth. Struggling families are moving into dream homes with total peace of mind. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. The person with the initial J has been part of your life in a way that has tested your ability to listen to that inner voice. You may not have realized it at first, but every interaction has been shaping your awareness. Some moments brought comfort, while others left you with questions that you could not answer. Those questions were not meant to stay unanswered forever. They were meant to lead you to this moment of understanding. Type 666 to strengthen your spirit. There is something important happening within you right now that goes beyond this single situation. You are learning to trust yourself without needing constant reassurance from others. This is not something that happens overnight, but it is something that grows with every decision you make. The more you listen to what you feel, the stronger the trust becomes. And once it becomes strong enough, it will guide you without hesitation. You may also begin to feel a sense of emotional distance from this person, even if you are still in contact with them. This distance is not coldness, and it is not indifference. It is clarity, creating space so that you can see things without confusion. When emotions are less intense, understanding becomes easier. This is why you feel calmer now, even as you become more aware. There will be a moment when you look back and realize that everything you are seeing now was always there. It was simply hidden beneath doubt, hesitation, and the desire to keep things comfortable. Now that those layers are fading, the truth is becoming visible. This realization may feel surprising at first, but it will also bring a sense of relief. You will understand that you were not wrong. You were just not ready to see it before. The person with the initial J may not change in response to your awareness, and that is something you must accept. Your clarity is not dependent on their actions, and your peace is not dependent on their behavior. What matters is how you respond to what you now understand. When you act from clarity, you remain in control of your own path. This is where your strength truly lies. You are not being asked to remove this person from your life instantly. Instead, you are being guided to shift how you engage with them. This may mean creating boundaries, limiting certain conversations, or simply observing without becoming emotionally involved. These changes do not need to be dramatic to be effective. Even small shifts can protect your peace and bring you the balance you need. There is also a deeper sense of confidence growing within you. It is not loud or obvious, but it is steady and reliable. This confidence comes from knowing that you can trust your own perception. You no longer need to second-guess every feeling or thought. You are learning to stand firm in what you sense, even if others do not see it the same way. You may notice that as you become clearer, your interactions with this person begin to change naturally. You may speak less, react less, or simply feel less affected by what they say or do. This is not something you are forcing. It is something that is happening as a result of your awareness. When you are no longer confused, you are no longer easily influenced. This is the power of clarity working within you. Everything you are experiencing is part of a process that is preparing you for stronger and more aligned connections. You are learning what feels right and what does not, and that knowledge will guide you in the future. You will not have to go through the same confusion again because you will recognize the signs earlier. This is how growth protects you, by giving you the ability to see clearly from the beginning. Stay patient with yourself as you move through this understanding. There is no need to rush or force decisions before you feel ready. Clarity will continue to deepen, and your actions will follow naturally. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be in this moment. I am guiding you step by step, and I will not leave you without direction. You are now moving into a place where your clarity feels steady, not temporary. It is no longer something that comes and goes with your emotions. It is becoming a part of how you see, how you think, and how you respond. The person with the initial J is no longer a source of confusion for you because you are beginning to understand their role in your life with calm certainty. This is what happens when truth settles in your heart without resistance. There was a time when you felt pulled in different directions, unsure of what to believe or how to respond. You tried to balance what you felt with what you saw, and it left you feeling uncertain. But now that balance is shifting, and you are no longer trying to convince yourself of something that does not feel right. You are accepting what you see without forcing it to be different. This acceptance is bringing you a sense of peace that you have not felt before. Type 888 to attract peace. The person with the initial J may continue to behave in ways that confirm what you have already begun to understand. These confirmations are not meant to upset you, but to strengthen your clarity. Each time you notice something that aligns with what you feel, your confidence grows. You begin to trust yourself more deeply, and that trust becomes your guide. This is how you move forward without doubt. You are also learning that not every connection needs to be explained or justified. Some things are simply understood through experience. You do not need to prove to anyone why you feel the way you do. What matters is that you remain honest with yourself. When you are honest with yourself, your decisions become clear and your path becomes steady. Type 111 to align your path. Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading everywhere so fast? New CIA leaks have revealed a powerful brain ritual that triggers instant wealth flow. This 7-second technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly changing lives. From crushing debt to dream vacations, this could be your shortcut to abundance. If you are seeing this, you are lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. There is a quiet strength within you now that was not there before. It shows in the way you pause before reacting, in the way you observe instead of assuming, and in the way you choose your responses carefully. This strength is not something that others may notice immediately, but it is shaping your life in powerful ways. You are no longer easily moved by uncertainty because you are grounded in understanding. You may also notice that your emotional connection to this person is shifting. It is becoming less intense, less reactive, and more distant in a calm way. This is not a loss, but a realignment. When your understanding changes, your emotions follow. You are no longer holding on to what once felt familiar because you are moving toward what feels true. There is something important you must remember as you continue forward. You are not responsible for how this person chooses to act or respond. You are only responsible for how you choose to move in response to what you now understand. This awareness frees you from trying to control what is outside of you. It allows you to focus on your own peace and direction. The clarity you are experiencing is not limited to this one situation. It is a sign of how your awareness is growing in every area of your life. You will begin to notice that you see people, situations, and choices more clearly than before. This is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It is a sign that you are becoming more aligned with truth. There may be a moment when you feel a sense of closure regarding this connection. It may not come through a conversation or a clear ending, but through an inner understanding. You will simply know that you have seen what you needed to see. This kind of closure is quiet, but it is powerful. It allows you to move forward without carrying unresolved questions. You are also preparing for connections that will feel different from what you have experienced before. These connections will not leave you questioning your peace or doubting your instincts. They will feel steady, genuine, and aligned with who you are becoming. This is why it is important for you to understand what does not align, because it prepares you to recognize what does. The person with the initial J has played their part in your journey, and that part is becoming clearer to you now. You do not need to hold on to what no longer serves your growth. Letting go does not always mean removing someone completely. Sometimes it simply means changing the space they occupy in your life. This is something you will understand more deeply as you continue forward. You are not alone in this process, even if it feels quiet and personal. I am guiding you through each realization, each moment of clarity, and each decision you make. When you feel uncertain, return to that still place within you. That is where you will find your answers, because that is where I speak most clearly. Everything you are experiencing is part of a larger movement in your life. You are being guided towards something that aligns more closely with your purpose and your peace. This situation is not a setback, but a step forward. It is helping you refine your understanding and strengthen your sense of direction. And as you continue, you will see how this moment fits into a much greater plan. You see them for who they are, not through fear, not through judgment, but through clarity that feels calm and grounded. This is the place where confusion ends and truth begins to settle without struggle. There was a time when you looked for signs outside of yourself to confirm what you felt. You wanted something obvious, something undeniable, something that would make everything clear in a single moment. But now you understand that truth often comes through a series of small realizations. Not one loud event. Each moment of awareness you have experienced has been leading you here. You have gathered enough understanding to see the full picture, and that picture is no longer unclear. Type 1313 to stay alert. The person with the initial J may still be present in your life, but their influence over your thoughts and emotions is changing. You are no longer reacting in the same way because you are no longer seeing them through uncertainty. You are seeing them through understanding, and that changes everything. When you understand something clearly, it loses the power to confuse or control you. This is the shift that is happening within you right now. You are also beginning to notice how much lighter you feel when you are not trying to figure everything out. Clarity has replaced confusion, and with that clarity comes peace. You are no longer carrying questions that have no answers. You are no longer searching for explanations that do not come. You are simply seeing what is there and accepting it without resistance. Type 1414 to welcome peace. There is a quiet confidence in you now that does not need to be proven. It shows in the way you remain calm, even when things around you are not fully settled. It shows in the way you trust your own perception without needing someone else to agree with you. This confidence is not loud, but it is strong. It is built on truth, and truth does not need to defend itself. You may also notice that your connection with this person feels different in ways you cannot fully describe. It is not as intense as before, not as consuming, and not as confusing. This is because your understanding has changed the way you relate to them. You are no longer trying to make sense of something that does not align with you. You are simply allowing it to be what it is, without letting it affect your peace. Could the CIA really be hiding a 7-second ritual that turns money struggles into fortune? A covert CIA finding exposes a strange 7-second ritual that activates money attracting brainwaves on autopilot, supported by science and 4 elite labs. This home ritual is turning struggling people into dream lifestyle owners. But this page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted from the internet forever. There is something important you must carry with you from this experience. Not every person who enters your life is meant to stay in the same way. Some are meant to walk beside you for a time, to teach you something, and then to take a different path. This does not make the connection meaningless. It simply means that its purpose has been fulfilled. Understanding this will help you move forward without holding on to what no longer fits your journey. You are also being prepared for a different kind of connection, one that does not bring confusion or doubt. This new connection will feel steady and clear from the beginning. It will not leave you questioning your peace or second-guessing your instincts. This is why it was important for you to go through this process. It has sharpened your ability to recognize what truly aligns with you. The person with the initial J will continue to be who they are, regardless of your awareness. But your awareness has changed how their presence affects you. You are no longer influenced in the same way because you have stepped into clarity. This is the power of understanding. It does not change others, but it changes how you experience them. There may be a final moment when everything within you feels completely settled about this situation. No more questions, no more doubt, no more need for confirmation. Just a quiet certainty that you have seen what you needed to see. This moment will not be loud or dramatic. It will feel simple, but it will carry a deep sense of peace. You are not losing anything by reaching this point of understanding. In fact, you are gaining something far more valuable. You are gaining the ability to trust yourself without hesitation. You are gaining the strength to protect your peace without guilt. You are gaining the clarity to move forward without confusion. These are gifts that will stay with you in every part of your life. Everything you have experienced with this person has been part of a larger process that is shaping who you are becoming. It has not been wasted, and it has not been meaningless. It has been a step in your growth, a moment of learning, and a path toward greater understanding. And now that you have reached this point, you are ready to move forward with confidence. Stay grounded in what you now know. Do not allow doubt to return and cloud your understanding. When you feel uncertain, return to that quiet place within you where everything feels clear. That is where your truth lives, and that is where you will always find guidance. I am there with you, speaking in ways that feel calm and certain. This clarity is not something you forced. It is something that has naturally unfolded as you chose to listen. You have allowed truth to settle, and now it is guiding you without confusion. There was a time when you would revisit conversations, replay moments, and question your own interpretation of things. You searched for hidden meanings and tried to make everything fit into a sense of comfort. But now, you are no longer doing that because you have learned to accept what is shown to you without trying to reshape it. Acceptance has brought you peace, and peace has brought you clarity. This is the shift that changes everything, even when nothing outwardly dramatic has happened. Type 1515 to remain strong. The person with the initial J may still cross your mind from time to time, but it will not feel the same as before. Instead of confusion, there will be a sense of understanding. Instead of questioning, there will be a quiet certainty. This is how you know that you have grown beyond the situation. It no longer controls your thoughts because you have taken back your clarity. You are also beginning to notice how your energy is becoming more balanced. You are not easily pulled into emotional reactions, and you are not as affected by subtle shifts in behavior. This balance is something you have earned through your awareness. It allows you to remain steady even when things around you are not fully resolved. This steadiness is your strength, and it will continue to guide you. Type 1616 to embrace truth. There is a deeper understanding forming within you about the nature of connections. You are realizing that not every bond is meant to last in the same way, and that is not something to fear. Some connections serve a purpose for a time, and once that purpose is fulfilled, they begin to change. This change is not a loss. It is a transition, and you are learning to move through that transition with grace instead of resistance. The person with the initial J has been part of this transition, whether you fully recognized it or not. Through this connection, you have learned to listen to yourself more closely. You have learned to trust what you feel, even when it is not confirmed by others. This is a lesson that will stay with you far beyond this moment. It is shaping the way you will approach every connection in your future. You may also notice that your focus is beginning to shift away from this situation. What once felt important is now becoming less central in your thoughts. This is not avoidance, it is natural movement. When you have understood something fully, your mind no longer needs to stay attached to it. It begins to move forward toward what is next. There is something new opening up in your life, something that will require the clarity you have gained. You may not see it fully yet, but you can feel that something is changing. This change is not sudden, but it is steady. It is guiding you toward a place where your connections, your choices, and your direction will feel more aligned. This is why it was important for you to go through this process. You are not the same person you were when this situation began. You are more aware, more grounded, and more certain of yourself. This growth is something you should recognize and value. It has come through moments of uncertainty, but it has led you to a place of clarity, and that clarity is something that will continue to protect you. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has now come to light, revealing a brain-hacking ritual that draws in wealth like magic. It only takes 7 seconds. You can do it at home, and it is supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are ditching debt and living in luxury right now. But this information will not stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. The person with the initial J no longer has the ability to create confusion in your life because you have moved beyond that stage. You see them as they are without adding or subtracting anything. This is the final step of understanding. When you can see something clearly without emotional distortion, you are free from its influence. There may be a quiet moment when you realize that you have completely let go of the need to figure anything else out about this situation. No more questions, no more searching, no more waiting for answers. Just a calm acceptance that everything you needed to know has already been revealed. This moment will feel simple, but it will carry a deep sense of freedom. You are now able to move forward without carrying the weight of this situation with you. It no longer defines your thoughts, your emotions, or your direction. It has become a part of your past that has shaped your understanding, and that understanding is now guiding you into something new. Stay connected to this clarity as you continue forward. Do not allow old patterns of doubt or overthinking to return. When you feel uncertain, return to the stillness within you.